Hey everybody, how's everyone? Well, it is your girl, Alea, back here, the Uber driver. I just wanted to hit you guys up and well, I'm on my way to work. I'm getting ready to go to work. I'm really gonna go to work. Yesterday I didn't go to work. The day before I didn't go to work. And of course I'm feeling it. So I'm gonna go to work. It's not snowing anymore. It stopped snowing. It's not foggy. It's cold, but I can do the cold. I just don't want to do the the, the 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 snow or the rain or the fog. I can kind of do the rain a little bit, but yeah. So that's the case, and I just felt like I'm sorry, good messages. So I just wanted to tell everybody about everything I'm doing, how everything is working out, and I I've looked at some things I need to do in the house. I need to put in I think I told you guys though. I gotta put the pipe in, and so I'm gonna go price the pipes now. I need to go do that. I need to go price these pipes so I can get the pipe in, so I can fix the stupid sink. Um, I'm doing okay. Um, uh, it's funny living with like my roommate is cool, but her daughter is like living with my daughters, and I'm like, ooh, ooh, ooh. She's not young, but young, you know. I don't know. I can't do that. Listen, if you are not over 40, you are a kid to me. So that's that. And I'm so mad I haven't been Ubering. I mean, I've been watching my YouTube, of course, and my Zeus. You know, let me tell you, I love Zeus. I don't know if any of you have the app or ever watched the shows, but let me tell you, Zeus is lit. So I really like that. So I like to watch I like to watch Zeus, right? Which is like this gossipy yellow what do you call it, like I don't know, like ghetto show. No, not ghetto, but you know, they got all of the fighting and everything going on, and I like that. So it's messy, and I like that. But for whatever reason, I cannot stand the messy podcast wannabe stories. Like I hate the mess when they start because you don't know if they're telling the truth or not. And I need truth, like for real. Like when it comes to like the ASAP Rocky case, when it comes to um, the ASAP Rocky case, the Brian Kohlberger case, just all of the cases. I just want those to be for real. And that includes the P. Diddy thing and the Jay-Z thing. And because I know Jay-Z probably never remembers it, and I don't expect him to, but I met him. And when I tell you I met him, and like, I didn't say I liked him. I was a fan until that day, really. But only it was because I felt like he was an asshole. But not an asshole that rapes or does weird shit. He was like he was just, I guess, business minded. He was really business minded, and at the time I was young, so I was just like, oh, he's not even down to earth anymore. So I mean, but he really was. He was just, you know, doing this thing, and my friends introduced me to him, and I asked him to take a picture, and I was mad because he said, "Did you bring a camera?" And I was like, "Bring a camera?" Like, I don't know. I thought I wasn't famous back then, but I was a mess back then. It would be like, why would I bring a camera to see you? Like, man, when I was in my 20s, boy, I was a mess and a half. The thoughts that I had. So anyway, there's all of that, and but I know he's not. But I know his type. Can I say that? Like, because I have been touched early on in my life and I've been through a few things, I can tell you this. He was definitely not no creep out at all. He was just, oh, please don't watch this, Jay-Z. But he was like a big head. And I didn't really like big heads back then. I thought all big heads were assholes. So he had a lot of money, and I was just like, oh, here we go. Like, so there was that. Hey, I gotta put some Vaseline on my lips because they're chappy. And we don't like chappy lips. I have enough problems. Okay. So there was that. So that was one of the main things. So and then I was watching that case and I was just like, you gotta be kidding me with this. Why do they always bring the extra and the bull crap? Like, I hate extra. I don't know what it is. I cannot stand, especially when the prosecution does the extra. Because for me to trust the prosecution in all that they're doing, they have to just be straight up. Like, they can't be doing, like, I expect that the defense is going to do Connery. And that's a part of my bias on them. And I think that's a lot of people. We all expect them to do the most to try to get out of something. But I'm sorry, I really don't expect it of the prosecution. Like, for me to trust that the prosecution is telling me the truth, I just need you to flat out point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4. No buffoonery. Like, don't, if your witness is a liar, I really wouldn't put him on the stand, 1. And 2, if you put him on the stand, you have to accept that you're accepting perjury. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just bad for the prosecution, because I see the prosecution sort of like the end game of the law. Like, the police arrest you, you get questioned, they decide if they're going to prosecute you, and then they prosecute you. And 9 times out of 10, it's fact 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it's circumstantial, it's circumstance 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're not going to go exploding it, nothing. But lately, I don't know. They really exploded, and you're like, you sure look like you're reaching. And what I don't think they understand is, if you're reaching, then I'm questioning. Because why are you reaching? I just don't want them to go too far. If you go too far, I feel like you're pressing the issue. You want to see this person do more time than they actually need. Like, and it upsets me. So if any prosecutor ever sees this, please, if you could just be one of the few that just put the facts, 1, fact 2, fact 3, fact 4, fact 5, or circumstance 1, circumstance 2, circumstance 3, circumstance 4. Like, you could just listen. We're all following you, and if it makes sense, then it makes sense. Period. You don't have to go up against what the defense is doing ever, especially when it comes to murder. You don't have to do that. Like, just let them put on their case, and hopefully they'll do the same thing. If they don't, if they go too far, we'll see it. Do you guys think we're blind? It's when you go overboard that we get blinded, because now we're seeing prosecution going overboard, defense going overboard, everyone's overboard. So it's just like, so you got to think about that. That's what I think about cases. I think that the prosecution just has to be straight up with the facts. Just period. Ever. And the person gets caught up. Gotta smoke again. So there's that. And then there's all of that. So I'm trying to make sure that y'all get an upward look because I had to get my teeth pulled in the front down here, and it was just horrible. And I don't want anyone to see me with no teeth down here. But they're supposed to put them in. They're supposed to fix them on the 4th, but still. Mm-mm. When a pretty girl get older, boy, the mess that we just see and understand. Oh, because I don't care what y'all know. Believe me, I was a pretty girl. And now I'm 54. And, ooh. So, so all this stuff is happening to me, the old people stuff. Like, not the old people stuff, but you know, as you get older, you know, you get, like, you start getting the first edges of arthritis. And, you have teeth issues. And then, listen, oh, and let me tell you, the glasses. I need glasses now. Like, who said? Who said? What? So whenever I'm reading, like now, when I read and stuff, I need glasses. And it's just like, wild. It's wild. It's crazy. And I started smoking again because it stresses me out. Like, people don't know the age thing stresses me out to no end. You just don't know. I'm trying to get my glasses off so you guys can see me in my glasses before the time runs out. But it's so funny. I wear these glasses. Like, where are they? Okay, so tell me what you think. I'll tell you what you think. Okay, I got the glasses case, and then we have the Dukes. Okay, so I can see better. I can see my image better. I can see the time. Because I don't be seeing the time. And you should see me, I be squinting. And that's what made me think about it. Like, she's wearing glasses. This is so wild. All my life, like when I was young, I would wear glasses. And then one day I just decided I didn't, because I was really putting on a show for glasses, but I didn't really need glasses. So I just took them off one day and they broke, and that was it, because I had a lazy eye. Which one is it? It's this one. This one was the lazy eye. And my grandmother, God bless her soul, she put a patch over this eye to make me see better with this eye. So it just strengthened the eye until I could see everything that I needed to see. And now this eye is the good eye, and this eye is the one that need all the trickery. So one eye is better than the other now, and it's funny, they've kind of switched. So I don't really care. I just sharing that some of the things as you get older. So my ladies, I am 54. I now have to wear the little glasses. I got my teeth removed down here, and I have to get a denture, a full denture. And my knees hurt and my hip hurt, but I don't let everyone see it. I try to like still put on the I'm good. But sometimes, you know, I just feel a little, I can't take these glasses anymore. Sometimes it just kind of gets a little messed up in me. So those are the things that I go through. But now the whole plan is for the whole remake, because now that I am older, just one house needs to look and be beautiful for me in my old age. Now, if I can reverse some things over the next 5 years and move to, I really want to move to New Orleans. If I ever can move to New Orleans, I will certainly be real happy to be able to get me a house down there. So that's my dream, is to get to New Orleans and buy me a nice little house down there. So I just wanted I just wanted to say hello, see how everyone's doing, and let you know how I'm doing. I'm gonna work a whole 10-hour shift today. So I'm gonna have all kind of stuff to tell y'all tomorrow, from the drunks to everyone. So it's gonna be some drunks. It's gonna be some running around person that they drive me crazy when they want to run around. And then the sharing thing. Oh God, it's always one of them. I don't know why they do it. They like pick the cheapest trip, and then they wonder like it's called share ride, right? So if it's a share ride for the ground is on, you usually share the ride. But so if you pick the cheapest ride, it means it's just a share ride. But people don't get that part. They don't think it's a share. They think that it's, and then when they get in the car and then I gotta go pick somebody else, they're up there like, oh no, I don't want to do that. But you picked it. I didn't pick it. So you know, if you ever pick the cheapest trip on Uber, know that you're picking the share ride section. If you pick the next one up, it's just a regular Uber. Okay, so let me share that with you now. And so that's all I wanted to talk about with you guys. I just want to do a catch up with you. I want to keep up with my daily videos, and figure out what we're gonna do. I think I'm gonna start telling you guys about how I made it all the way to Uber. But like I've had like I swear, I think like when I think back on my life when I was younger, like I've lived every life. Like I was in the military, I was in prison, I was in federal prison. Like I went to federal prison. Can you believe it? Federal prison. And then I thought it was like badass when I was young, like really badass, selling drugs and stuff. Like I came out with the first swipe of crack cocaine. So back then it was kind of cool to sell, at least initially, and then they caught me up with all of the other mess. But it doesn't matter. I'm really totally different from then, but I don't mind telling and sharing who I really am. You know, I don't like ain't no use in fronting, because if I do get popular on here and somebody does try to look at me, they'll be like, "Oh, but she went to prison. Look, she was selling drugs." Yeah, that's what I was doing. I did 8 years in federal prison. I sold drugs, and my grandmother and my uncle, all of them always told me that I have to make sure that I do it big. If I'm going to do something, I'm to do it big. So I did it big, and that's just the way it was. And I did it big on stopping too. So, but that I came home like 20 years ago. So I've had another 20 years to live my life and do some things. And I started off with this really great, this great guy, and but he has passed away, and I don't really want to talk about him right now. And then my second boyfriend, great guy, but he was in love with his first girlfriend, so I kind of got the short end of it after a second or two. I mean, I had my own play in it too, because I would argue. I didn't really try to investigate. Well, really, I just didn't think that he would really ever do me like that, so I didn't really look at that could be the problem. I just knew that we were always fighting and arguing over something that we were absolutely agreeing on. Like if I said this is the middle finger, he would say this is the middle finger, but we would argue over this being the middle finger. And I couldn't figure it out because, he's really a great person. He really is. And he doesn't necessarily have the cheat gene thing going on in him. But I didn't really realize that at the time that, the ex-girlfriend was even a person for me to worry about. Just young, dumb, and not thinking or seeing some things. So I just argued. I just joined the argument. So there was that. So that's all that's for today. And we will continue this story possibly later on, but probably tomorrow. Toodles.